Today we're going to be doing an upper body workout using resistance bands and dumbbells. So these are the exercises I do with my clients, and I want to show you guys too. This is we're going to be covering all the upper body muscles, building strength. So if what we're going to be doing is I'm going to show you how to do the exercises, and then if you want to stick around, we'll do a full workout together live. So today we're going to be starting by using some resistance band exercises, working all the muscles for the front side of your upper body. So for this, you're going to anchor the band at about belly button height. So we're going to start with an incline press. And what this does is it works the chest, the tricep, the front of the shoulder, all these front facing muscles for pushing. So anchoring the band a little bit low because you want it pulling down at an angle. From here, one hand out to the side on each side. You're going to push your chest out forward. That's going to open up that chest. You're going to feel a stretching feeling a little bit in your chest in this position. And then you're going to step forward till you feel the band pulling you back. Now, this is our starting position. We want that tension all the way through the movement. So you want to have it where there's tension even here. From here, you're going to push straight out to the front. Now, I'm trying to keep my hands wide. See, my hands don't buckle in. They stay wide at elbow width. So I'm pushing out to the front, really keeping that chest up and open. I should feel that in my upper chest, front of my shoulder, and the back of my arm. So this is called an incline press. It's a great all-round movement for really developing the chest, building upper body strength in those pushing movements. And just practically, I think it's really a good muscle building exercise for doing things like lifting things overhead. Say you had a heavy box, something you need to put on a top shelf. It lets you actually have that muscle strength for lifting up something like that. So that upwards press, I think, is actually a little bit more practical than a straight press in this situation. We're still hitting the chest muscles, but it's a little bit more specialized to hitting those upper chest fibers. So the chest is actually a big sheet of muscle that runs across here, but there are 3 sections of it, and this one hits more that top section a little bit more. Now, the second exercise is a row. So this one, we're going to want the band right at chest height. And I'm going to loop this once around just because it's a little easier to see what I'm doing then. You don't have to loop it around a post unless you really want to. Or if you're tight on space, you can always wrap up the band a little bit to give yourself more space. So from here, the important thing is I want to stand with my elbows straight and my hands all the way out in front of me as far as they can go. So you're really pushing your shoulder blades forward. This is our starting position. From here, you're gonna pull back, bending your elbows, trying to pull back to your rib cage. So I'm almost like I'm trying to elbow someone behind me. So pulling back with your elbows, pulling to the rib cage. This is working the muscles between the shoulder blades, the lats, which run across the rib cage back here, and then the bicep in your upper arm. So we're working a lot of muscles together, working all of those pulling muscles. Now I find that a lot of people don't work the muscles between their shoulder blades, and they get tight and weak. And so this is actually helping work all those postural muscles in your shoulder, or all the muscles that pull your shoulder blade around. It's not quite postural, but I found that when people neglect these, their posture suffers because of it. So pulling back to your rib cage, and then all the way back. And that is a row, okay? So those two exercises cover a majority of the muscles in our upper body. We're gonna focus a little bit more into the arm directly now. So for that, we're gonna switch to dumbbells. Now, I've had trouble with dumbbell curls, and I'm gonna show you some of the things I found that help me make it a little bit more effective. So for a curl, something I really found it makes a big difference is make sure I'm not leaning forward at all. If I stand straight and tall, that really helps emphasize that bicep muscle. So even leaning back a little bit can help emphasize that lengthened position of the bicep, and that is where we build muscle. We really want to emphasize that tension because muscles build under tension. So from here, lean back just a little bit. Now the other thing is, I'm going to start with my hands, with my thumbs pointed up, and I'm going to do a slight twist up to the front. So see, I'm actually turning the dumbbells because the bicep actually does two things. It flexes the arm at the elbow, and then it also supinates at the wrist. So I'm doing both movements to really engage both parts of that bicep. So up to the front, trying to stand straight and tall. If you need to, you can even stand with your back against a wall to make sure you're getting that lengthened position of the bicep. Going all the way down to as straight as you can. And that will hit more of that bicep, okay? And that you should feel right here in your upper arm. Now we're gonna do the back of the arm. Muscles always work in pairs. The bicep and the tricep in the back of your arm. Biceps in the front, triceps in the back are a pair of muscles. So now we're gonna go to the tricep. So for this, you can do this on a bench, but you can also do it just laying on the ground. So from here, laying on your back, we're gonna do a skull crusher. For this, your hands are gonna start right over the top of your shoulders, bending your elbows down to bring your hands to your ears, and then back out straight. Now I wanna try and keep my elbows in line with my shoulders and bring my hands all the way down to where the dumbbell is just above the ground. I don't let the dumbbell set down on the ground. I just kind of tap it and come back up. That is one nice thing about the bench is you don't have to worry about the ground being in the way. But in this, as long as you're not dropping the dumbbells on the ground, it's just tap the ground and come back up so you keep tension on the muscle the whole time. You should feel that right in the back of your arm. The important things though are keep your elbows in line with your shoulders so they don't flare out. Keep them in and keep those hands all the way down to your ears and back. And that is a skull crusher. Now, for the last one, I like doing a little bit for the deltoid muscle, which runs across the top of the shoulder. This is a very important muscle for anything we do with the shoulder. Tends to involve the deltoid at least somewhat. So I want to do some specialization for that muscle. So you can just do a lateral raise with the dumbbell, but I found the more effective way of doing a lateral raise is leaning a little bit away from that movement. So you can lean against a wall. So your arm is at a little more at an angle, lifting still up to the side and then back down. And what that does is it maximizes the tension in that muscle all the way through the movement. Remember what I said, tension is what builds muscle. So we're, by leaning away, emphasizing the tension down in this section of the movement. So we're adding to that muscle building of this. Now, the important thing on this one is I want my thumb to point straight towards the front. So I don't want it to tip down or up. I want to try and keep it level. Imagine like you're holding a glass of water that you don't want to spill. So you're holding it on the back of your hand, trying to balance that. And then I would do the same thing on the other side. Now this one, we do one side at a time because we have to lean away from the movement. And that's what's going to get you that deltoid on both sides, that ball of muscle around your shoulder. Now with this, if you have pain in your shoulder lifting up high, don't feel like you have to force into that pain. Just go to where you feel the muscle working but no pain. Some people find it uncomfortable to go up past their shoulder, so only go as high as your shoulder and then come back down and see how that feels. Or if you need to, you can always do a little bit lighter weight. See if there's any pain. We want to avoid that, especially if it is numbness down the arm. That's not a good sign. That's not what we want to do. So we want to make sure we're always exercising safely. And this right here is just fine, especially for this exercise. Some people, depending on how your shoulder is put together, there's a small gap for the nerve, and we never want to put pressure on that nerve. It's actually the same nerve that's in your funny bone, starts up here. So if you've ever hit your funny bone, you don't want to do that in your shoulder, trust me. So those are our 5 exercises that will cover your upper body in just 5 exercises. So we're gonna be doing a workout together now. So if you wanna join me, grab your bands, grab your weights. If you have any questions, let me know in the chat. If you like these sort of workouts and want to see more, I host these live streams on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11 a.m. So we're gonna go straight into an incline press. Now I'm going to add an extra band to this because I want this movement to be challenging. So on any of these, we want to make it so it's challenging, where you feel a tension in the muscle. You might feel a little bit of a like burning sensation in the muscle as you work. That is okay. That's a sign that lactic acid is building up in the muscle, or fatigue is building up in the muscle. The whole goal is to be tired by the end of the movement. So we want it to be where you can do at least 5 reps, but try and make it so you can get not much more than 10. So that's where the rep amount doesn't matter too much. We want it to be challenging. That's the big important thing. So doing an incline press, chest is up, hands are wide, pushing out towards the front. Trying to keep those hands at elbow width. So keeping those hands wide, you should feel this in your chest. If you want to, you can step forward with one foot. So we're working that chest muscle primarily, and then secondarily working the tricep in the back of the upper arm. Now keep on going until you feel tired in that muscle. I'm gonna try for 4 more. 2 more. And 1 more. And relax. Now while this side is resting, we're gonna go to the opposite direction. Remember how I said muscles always work in pairs. So the pushing muscles are paired with the pulling muscles. So while the pushing muscles are relaxing, we're working the pulling muscles. So we're going straight into a row, letting your hands come forward, all the way to the front, and then pulling all the way to the back. Bring your elbows, bending those elbows back, pulling to your rib cage. Pinching those shoulder blades together. Three more. Last one. And relax. You should feel that working in your upper back and shoulders. Now, important thing on that one, don't come in. You want to go straight back with your elbow, trying to really bend that elbow backwards, or bend that elbow, not backwards, but towards your back. Yeah, bending your elbow backwards would not be the thing. It only bends one direction. It doesn't bend like this. All right, so now we're gonna go into a second set of incline press. So we do multiple sets because you can get more out of each workout that way. So one set is good, it will build some muscle, but you'll build muscle faster if you do multiple sets. So that's why we repeat the same exercise several times with breaks in between. And since we're doing it this way, where we're doing pairs of muscles, we can get through an exercise faster because one side is recovering and resting, the other side's working, so we never need to stop to take a break unless you need to. If you want to, you can stop, but if you're limited on time, this is a great way of getting through a workout quickly. Three more. And last one. And relax. You should feel that burning in the muscle as you get into the higher numbers of reps. That's one of the indicators that your muscle's working. So from here, laying your hands pulled to the front, back straight, pulling back to your rib cage. Now my thumbs are pointed at my face. They're not pointed up at the ceiling, not pointed in towards each other. They're pointed at an angle on this. So I'm pulling back, then all the way back forward. So I should feel that in my upper back and some in my arms as well. I don't know, I like the resistance bands on this exercise because it lets me really focus at what's going on in my shoulders, where I don't have to think about my lower back. It's much more of a upper back and shoulder exercise. Three more. Two more. Last one. And relax. So that was set number 2. We're gonna go for 2 more sets of this exercise. We're really trying to get the most we can out of this muscle. So we're going quickly through pairing exercises. So I'm trying to push out towards the front, slightly pushing up at an angle. Now, if you're doing this exercise, love to hear, where do you feel it the most? Do you feel it more in your chest or more in the back of your arms? Usually the muscle that fatigues first is the place you'll feel it. And last one, and 12. For me, I feel that most in my chest. I think my triceps are a bit stronger, but for some people, they'll feel that much more in the back of their arm in the tricep. Depends on which muscle is working harder. So going into a row, this is our 3rd set of rows. Pulling back to your rib cage. Hands all the way to the front, then pulling back to the rib cage. Now the important part of this is actually that your hands come all the way forward to where they're maximizing that tension. So we're really elongating that muscle before shortening it again. So pulling to the back and then all the way back forward. So we're not taking any shortcuts, and that's what's going to build that muscle faster. If I was to only come back to here, it's a shortcut from the full movement, and that's going to cost me in muscle gains or in how fast the muscle builds. Two more. Last one. And relax. So that was set number 3. We're gonna try for one more set for a 4th set. So if you can't do as many reps on the 4th set, that is okay. Just do what you can. You want to go to where the muscle feels tired. So that number might change in the 4th set as you get more tired, more fatigued. That's totally normal for that to happen. So going from here, chest up. We want to stay with good technique though. So pushing out towards the front, keeping those hands wide. One foot out in front is fine, but my chest should be up, pushing out towards the front. Just really feel that in my chest, maybe in the back of my arms. Trying to go for at least 10 or around 10. 2 more. Last one. And relax. All right, and now, last set of rows. So, arms out in front, pulling to the back, really pinching those shoulder blades together. So shoulder blades back, then pull with the arms. Shoulder blades back, pull with the arms. We're almost done. Strong finish on this one though. We want to finish strong, have good technique through the entire movement. So no half rows where you don't come back all the way. Really fully coming forward, fully pulling back. Pulling straight to the back, really bend that elbow. Keeping those hands wide at elbow width. So don't let the hands tuck in. Keep it wide. Just like you're rowing a boat. 2 more. Last one. And relax. So that was our pushing and pulling exercise. So now I'm gonna set the bands to the side. We're gonna do some dumbbell arm work. I'm gonna grab a quick sip of water. All right. So, for dumbbells, we're gonna start with a skull crusher. So on the ground, you're gonna lay down on your back. Hands out in front of your shoulders. From here, bending your elbows, bringing your hands down to your ears, and then back out straight. Trying to keep your elbows in line with the shoulders. Okay? So doing this together. Just do as many as you can. You should feel that tiring out in the back of your arm Really trying to go all the way down to your ears. Now, it might feel like it's more tiring on one side than the other. If one side tires out, stop there. Gonna do 2 more. Last one. And relax. So, now we're gonna do a dumbbell curl, starting with your hands pointed straight towards the front, staying straight and tall. You're gonna curl up to the front. Now remember, don't lean forward, stand almost a little bit lean back. That's what's going to emphasize that bicep muscle. So from here, we're gonna twist up to the front and then back down, working those bicep muscles. Remember, it does 2 things. So it's flexing the elbow and also supinating or twisting at the wrist. So we're emphasizing both sides of that bicep by doing that twist. Really trying to stand straight and tall. Because that's what's gonna get more of that bicep. 1 more. And relax. The bicep actually attaches above the shoulder up here. So if I bring the shoulder forward, I'm shortening that and limiting the amount of tension I can generate or that I have in that bicep. And that tension is where you build strength, where you build that muscle. So by leaning back and keeping that tension in the bicep the whole time, it helps emphasize that bicep and build it up faster. That's the thing that messed me up for a long time, is I would lean forward a little bit with the bicep and it just made it so my forearm was working and not that bicep muscle. And since I've started doing a little bit of a lean back, I've noticed more bicep growth. So going straight into our next exercise, doing the second set of skull crushers. So laying on your back, hands out in front of your shoulders. Your legs can be either straight or bent. Doesn't matter too much, just whatever is comfortable for you. From here, bending your elbows, bringing your hands to your ears, and then back out straight. Try for around 10 of these. Keep those elbows tucked in and above your shoulders. One more. And relax. And we're going straight into a second set of bicep curl. Starting with your hands pointing to the front, stand straight and tall, twisting up to the front of your shoulder. And then back down. That twisting emphasizes the full movement of the bicep. So we're supinating and then going back. So it's flexion and supination are the 2 parts of that bicep movement. One more. And relax. Now at this point, if you've been working out with, you should be sweating a little bit, and that's okay, that's normal. If you need to, grab a quick sip of water. For this one, we're just gonna do 3 sets. So we did 4 sets of the first exercise. We'll do 3 sets of this one and the next one, because I find they're already a little bit pre-fatigued from doing row and incline press. So we're gonna finish out with 1 more set of each. Laying on your back. Now you can do this with a bench, but if you don't have a bench, it's totally fine to do this on the floor too. And today we're doing minimal equipment for our workout. Again, if you're just joining us, we're showing workouts that I do with my clients, working upper body exercises for building muscle. From here, we're gonna bring your hands to our ears, tap the ground, and come back up. Trying for 10 reps. Halfway there, halfway there. Keeping those elbows tucked in. You might feel like your arms are getting a little bit dead. And that's it. That is it for me. I hit my limit. It might feel like as you're going down, if you can't push it back up, that means you've hit muscle failure, which is actually a good thing. It's even though the word has muscle failure in it, it doesn't mean you failed. It means you got to the point where the muscle gave everything it had, and that's good. That's what we want to do, is tire out the muscle. So, going from here, got 1 more set to do, or 1 more exercise in this set, and then 1 more set after this. So, doing a bicep curl, standing straight and tall, twisting up to the front, and then back down. Trying to stand straight and tall as you twist up. Just don't let your body lean forward. Keeping that tension on the bicep. And that's it. Whew. All right, for the next exercise, we're gonna do a lateral raise, working this deltoid. We're going one to the next on this. So, I've got a lighter dumbbell for this exercise. Does not take a very heavy dumbbell to really work the shoulders. So for this, the special thing we're doing is leaning away from your dumbbell side. And that's gonna add to that tension in the deltoid. Lifting up to the side and slowly back down, keeping your thumb pointed to the front. And that's gonna maximize that tension in the deltoid muscle. So trying to lift this up and down 10 times each side. Seven, 3 more left to go. Should be burning in your shoulder right now. And relax. Same thing on the other side. Going up to your shoulder height. Now, if you can go a little bit higher than your shoulder, that's okay. If you feel like that hurts in your shoulder, only go to about here where it's up at shoulder level and then back down. The important part is the back down portion of the movement, down in here where there's tension down at the very bottom, because that's where you're going to maximize tension in that deltoid, which is where we build the most muscle when the muscle is under tension. One more. Now, while this side was working, this side is resting, so I can just go from one shoulder to the next. This is set number 2 for my left side. I'm trying for 3 sets per side. That means doing this exercise 3 sets of 10. So this is set number 2 of 10, where I'm doing 10 reps 9, and 10. And then now set number 2 on my right side. So lifting up 10 times. Trying to keep the thumb pointed straight towards the front. Nine and 10, and relax. All right, last set, working that left side. This is final time on our left, final time on our right, and then we'll be done. So we've got through a full body workout in only about a little over 30 minutes, between 30 and 45 minutes. Full upper body workout rather. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, and 10. You might feel like it's burning in that muscle right now, and that's a good thing. It means we really worked the muscle hard. 2, 3, 4, I'm trying to go 1 second up, 1 second down. 5, so I'm controlling that movement through the whole movement. I'm not letting it just drop back down to my side. Controlling that all the way through as much as I can. 10, and relax. So that is our upper body workout. So if you like these workouts and want to see more, I host these live streams Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. Hope to see you guys there. Stay happy and healthy, being active. Take care.